Do what it does. Damn Cam here with the Damn Daily Reflection. Today is July 23rd, surrendering self-will. We want and demand that things always go our way. We should know from our past experience that our way of doing things did not work. Basic text, page 93. All of us had ideas, plans, goals for our lives. There's nothing in the NA program that says we shouldn't think for ourselves, take initiative, and put responsible plans into action. It's when our lives are driven by self-will that we run into problems. When we are living willfully, we go beyond thinking for ourselves. We think only of ourselves. We forget that we are but a part of a world and that whatever personal strength we have is drawn from a higher power. We might even go so far as to imagine that other people exist solely to do our bidding. Quickly, we find ourselves at odds with everyone and everything around us. At this point, we have two choices. We can continue in our slavery to self-will, making unreasonable demands and becoming frustrated because the planet doesn't spin our way, or we can surrender, relax, seek knowledge of God's will and the power to carry that out, and find our way back to a condition of peace with the world. Thinking, taking initiative, making responsible plans, there's nothing wrong with these things so long as they serve God's will, not merely our own. Just for today, I will plan to do God's will, not mine. If I find myself at odds with everything around me, I will surrender self-will. And what we are struggling with is distinguishing between our self-will and what we would want in the situation that is unfolding. Our brother is on a hospital bed and he is diagnosed brain dead, and we want to believe that there's a chance that he will recover. Is that self-will? I mean, he's an amazing guy. We have to believe that God's will wouldn't be for him to die like this. And so his body is still alive, yet his consciousness is not in it. And his wife is tasked with the unimaginable decision of whether or not to pull the plug. The doctors have said, yeah, you should do it, basically. And we just can't imagine what she must be going through. It may have come across as though we were condescending or maybe even accusatory, though we want to be clear we were not. We never suspected any ill intent. We just did not know. We had no idea. And when we heard he died, we knew that that wasn't true. We had it on good authority that it wasn't true. And now we know why. So struggling with our will, if this was us that had overdosed and was laying on the hospital bed just 3 years ago, when we were with our son's mom, and she would be the one that had to make that decision. First of all, we would that prospect is horrifying. Machiavellianism is real, and we can't believe that this is happening. Our prayers are with him, and that's what he needs, not rest in peace posts, okay? And so that's what my deal is. Damn Cam. I love you, Thunder. I'm still rooting for you, brother. I always will be.
Tomorrow?
You're dying tomorrow. No.
Don't feel that.
Don't feel like that. What I want to do is, a lot of my humor is dark, and so is yours. So I feel like it's totally fine. And there's some things probably on this podcast that other people would probably never tell their mom. Yeah. Never say to their mom.
But that's what we have been so dysfunctional. The mother-son relationship was broken a long time ago. So actually what we're doing here is getting to know each other.
Yeah.
As people.
As humans.
Yeah, as a human.
And I want this before I die, because I don't want to leave this earth making one human not feel like they were loved.
That's the same thinking I have.
It's not a bad thing here. I've learned how to deal with a lot of different things over my life period, and I want people to know your story, like before me, before all this, and I really think one good thing before I hand it off, one good thing that I know that you've instilled into me was that to love everyone for who they are, and just love everyone no matter where they come from. I feel like I might have learned one other thing, and it's from you, and it's I can use my mouth in any situation. Like I bark more than I actually bite. I remember you teaching me as a young kid about bullies and how to treat bullies. I've lost every single fight because I don't remember what your advice was. Your advice was to kick them in the nuts and then punch them in the throat. And if the woman, or if it's a woman pushing me down, you just kick her as hard as you
Right.
and punch her right in the throat.
Right.
And
I totally agree. It's what it is knees, groin, throat. 3 simple moves, and you'll bring them down. Do you remember the time I tried to teach you how to fight? I threw you out in the yard and said, "Okay, you're 12 years old. You're a man now. Let's go." And I did. I kicked you in the knee. I got you in the groin. I didn't get you in the throat because you backed away and ran away from me. But I was trying to do what your dad would do. Your dad was supposed to do that, and he wasn't there. So I thought I had to teach you how to fight. And that was a bad move on my part, because I think you were too gentle. You've always been a gentle boy. You're lovable. I remember when you got the gang on the beach, and those people, the kids, you got them together and you formed a club. And Caleb, remember that? There's a lot of mistakes I made.
Yeah, and I remember that, and I always forgot how to fight. And for some reason, I will, even to this day, if someone tries to fight me, I will rather just make them laugh, and I use my mouth.
Right.
And they can't, when they laugh, they stop wanting to murder me.
Right.